All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video as the Niners lose to Seattle 13-3 and lose the chance for the number one seed. The Niners now will have to go on the road in the playoffs if they want to win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is here at Levi's, but the Niners will not play as the number one seed here at Levi's. So the Niners lose. They were down 10-0 or 10-3 at halftime, and they were shut out in the second half at home. They wound up losing 13-3. Let's hear from CMC first of all. The big play of the game was, the Brock Purdy pass to CMC. It went through his hands and wound up going right to the defender, and it was an interception. Obviously, that was the biggest play of the game for sure, was that interception, and it was second and goal from the 5. Purdy went to CMC. He juggled it, and then Drake Thomas picked it off. And here's what CMC said about it afterwards.
It's a play that I have to make, absolutely have to make. Expect nothing less but to make that play, and it's completely on me. Defense did an unbelievable job the whole game. They held them to 13, and that's huge, and it's on us, man. And again, I go back to that play that could have put us in the game, and that's on me, and I'll learn from it, grow from it, get better, and get rolling in these playoffs.
Is it hard to put a play like that behind you now that you have to turn your focus to the next game?
It's challenging, but you have to. You don't have another choice. At the end of the day, we're in the playoffs. We don't know who we're playing yet, but we've had 2 short weeks in a row, and so it's time to get our bodies back, our minds right for a hell of a journey ahead. And just take it one game at a time. You don't have time to sulk over things. You can learn from mistakes, grow from them. I got to make that play, but I can't get it back, and I just know I'm going to come hungry in these playoffs.
I mean, it's a tough play. Ball got tipped at the line, so it came out weird, and he's trying to adjust. He beat his guy in man, and then all of a sudden the ball's just like coming in weird, and just didn't go our way. And the other guy was right there to catch. It was right in his lap. So, obviously Christian's hard on himself with that. I'm hard on myself because it's like, dude, don't get the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. So it's just one of those things that sucks. But Christian's a baller, dude. He's gonna live to play the next play, and he's a Hall of Fame running back. So, dude, should walk out with his head up. So
there you go. A little bit of Christian McCaffrey there, a little bit of Brock Purdy there on the biggest play of the game, the interception. And, I think CMC was right. He should have made a play on that. But you know what? As Brock said, the ball got tipped. It came out a little funky, and maybe that impacted his sight line on it. Let's hear from George Kittle. He talked about getting ready for the playoffs and what's coming up for the Niners straight ahead.
Colton McKivitz joked that you guys try to make it as hard on yourselves as possible. Is that something that you can adopt and kind of embrace as you go on the road?
Well, look, we lost at home to a division rival for the division and the 1 seed. That sucks. That just is what it is. And yes, I'm disappointed about it. Horrible. Good news is I get to play football next week. Whether it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever it is, I get to play football again. And it's going to be on the road in a hostile environment. Would I much rather be on a bye and get to play at Levi Stadium? Yeah, but that's just not our reality. So, I fully expect our team to come in, attack it, and we have a whole new season ahead of us. It is what it is. So we just got to go to work. We have a week. Hopefully we get Trent back. That's super helpful. He's a really good football player. Maybe Ricky. So, that's horrible. I hate that. I hate losing. I hate losing to the Seahawks. But, hey, we get to play football next week, and whoever it is, whenever what happens, go Cardinals.
There you go. A little bit of Trent, a little bit of George Kittle there. And what are you going to cry about it? Here's Shanahan, in the post game saying, hey, kind of salty about it. The Niners have to do everything the hard way.
You talked a lot about wanting to stay here and not go back on the road, and now you know that you have to. Just what's the feeling and what it's.
No, we're ready for it. I mean, it would have been nice to have to have a home game here, or both home games, and get a bye. But it is what it is. I mean, this team's been through a lot this year. Now we got to do it the hard way, and we'll embrace the shit out doing it the hard way and look forward to it.
All right. Well, that's the right attitude to have, I guess. But, either way, they've made their route a lot more difficult. Let's hear from Lenoir. Probably the biggest negative play in this game was that the the Seahawks had a 3rd and 17 play, and they got a 19-yard run. And here's Lenoir talking about that play.
You guys had a 3rd and 17. What kind of happened there?
I really didn't see the film, but 3rd and 17, we got to get off the field. We got to get our offense back the ball, just so they can drive down and score. Those type of plays can't happen.
There you go. I mean, it's real simple as that. Those kinds of plays can't happen. All right. The last cut we have here is from George Kittle, and he was asked about, the Seahawks were celebrating afterwards. Hey, to the victor go the spoils. But here's what Kittle had to say about it.
Celebrating in their locker room, smoking cigars and dancing.
Cool.
Do you take offense to it, or you just say you take your medicine because of what they did?
I would do the same shit. Yeah. I mean, what? They won the division. They got the 1 seed. They won in a rival stadium. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of question is that? I mean, once again, I mean, does it piss you off? It should piss you off. And do you take offense to that? Why should he take offense to that? You got to celebrate your wins when you win, and you got to lick your wounds and, come back harder when you lose. I mean, you can take offense to somebody celebrating. If you're, how about don't take offense? How about just prevent them from doing it? How about that? Everybody's always worried about being offended. Offended. Play better. Be better. Win the game. Offended. If George Kittle had come out and said, "Yeah, I'm totally offended by that," he would be a loser. I mean, that would be a loser thing to say. I mean, seriously, it's a loser thought. So teams that win can't celebrate? Why? Because your feelings are going to be hurt? Because it may not strike you as kind-hearted? I mean, what are we talking about? Sometimes I wonder about some of these questions. I mean, really? You're going to ask a guy if he's taking offense to the other team celebrating a win? How about if you got that much problem with it, how about just win the game? So I like the fact that George is like, no, I don't take offense to that. I'd be doing the same damn thing. To the victor go the spoils. That's the way it goes. If you don't like it, win the game. You don't like other people celebrating, then go beat them. Don't let them celebrate. I mean, it's not really that complicated. If you're going to be so bent out of shape that you're going to be all hurt and bothered by another team celebrating a victory inside the sanctity of their own locker room, then play better and win the game. But I think George, of course, handled that question the right ways. Of course not. Hey, you know what? This is big boy football. They won the division. They got the number 1 seed. They're celebrating, and they should. They absolutely should. Celebrate your wins. Be respectful of your opponent, but celebrate your wins. And expect other people who beat you to celebrate their wins. It's all pretty basic stuff, really. All right, that's going to do it for us. Seahawks get the win, 13-3. Darnold was just good enough. He wasn't good, but he was good enough. The defense did a representative job, but it wasn't good enough. The 49ers just could not touch offense at all. And when they finally got into a rhythm, all of a sudden an interception came and at the exact wrong time. 49ers, Seattle was the better team. And the Niners were going to need to be +1 or +2 on the turnover margin to make this a game, and they weren't. They were -1. And -1, they were going to lose. And they were -1, and they lost. So the season's not over. They go to most likely Philadelphia for a first-round matchup with the Eagles, and maybe they can pull an upset and get some momentum. And who knows? Maybe somebody will knock off one of the better teams in the conference, and 49ers will have some magical ride to Super Bowl 60. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'll be a fun thing to watch for sure. One last thing, I had a chance to give Greg Papa a hug on his way out of the stadium. Greg, we're glad that you're back, brother. All this is just for, giggles and laughs and fun. It's not life and death. Your situation is life and death. And we love you, brother, and we're glad that you're back, and we're really glad that you called this game, even though it was a 13-3 loss to the Seahawks. So thanks to everybody who supported the Krug Show. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Sleeper. Thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. And thanks to all of you guys who support the Krug Show on YouTube.